to my channel. So as you can see from the intro, I am doing an Indian inspired makeup tutorial. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, if you guys didn't know, and we are a multicultural society. We have about 50% of our population or even more who have Indian background and Indian heritage. We celebrate a lot of different cultures in Trinidad and Tobago, and Diwali just happens to be one. So I always wanted to do the whole dress up and makeup for Diwali while I was living in Trinidad, but I never got the chance to. So I got this Huda beauty palette, and one of my friends was like, you have to do an Indian inspired look. So I used the Huda beauty palette to do this look, and I am so happy with how it came out. Thank you so much to my friend Sania who lent me her jewelry and her sari so I could really make it authentic. I am in love with this look. So if you want to see how I did this makeup, please keep on watching.
I'm gonna start this tutorial by using this Indian mask called Uptan. Now I will have a nighttime skincare routine on my channel where I will talk more about Uptan mask. So this is a mask that Indian brides use before their wedding. So I was like, I'm on a 7-day Uptan challenge. Let me just include it in the video.
So now that I have the Uptan all over my face, I am going to wait 30 minutes, let it dry, and then I'm going to take a celluloid sponge with warm water and wipe it all away. I'll be back to start the tutorial. Okay, so I am back. Uptan is all washed away. My skin is baby soft. And then I use the Caudalie Vino Source Moisturizing Sorbet as my moisturizer. And now we're going to use the Benefit PoreFESSIONAL Matte Rescue. We want our makeup to last all day, so I put it all over my face. Okay, so as always, I'm gonna start with my brows, and today I'm gonna go for a thicker brow because we are doing Indian inspired makeup and their brows are usually a little darker and a little thicker. So I'm using the Colourpop Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. And you know the usual. I'm doing heavier strokes today than I usually would. To set my brows, I'm using the Maybelline Brow Drama in translucent. I am just brushing my hairs up and across. And then to cover my brows, I'm going to be using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Deep. So for eyeshadow, we're going to be using the Huda Beauty Desert Palette. And here are the shadows. These shadows are beautiful. They are very buildable. Like on first swatch, it's not super pigmented, but definitely as you build, listen, amazing. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Desert Sand. And I am just going to use that to set my entire eye as I use that concealer. So this is basically a nice base, so that my transition colors would just be smooth and glide onto my eye. Okay, so I got up a little closer. So I am going to do something a little different today. I want to use the shade Amethyst, which is a beautiful purple shade. I'm tapping off the excess, and I want to use that as my starting transition shade. So I want my crease to be purple. So I'm using the Sigma E40 blending brush. And I love this brush, guys. This is one of my favorites for the transition area. I have a really good lid space. So, you know, whenever I raise my brows, I can use a bigger brush like this. If you do not have as much lid space as I do, I would recommend using a smaller fluffy brush, probably a brush like the MAC 224 brush. I'm currently looking for a more affordable blending brush option so that I could really do my favorite brushes video. So I'm loving this shade Amethyst, and we're going to keep building that up because I want this to be pretty intense purple crease. Okay, then I'm gonna add some Blazing and Saffron. I mix them together and I'm going over this purple because we want to intensify that. That purple is not that deep, so I did want to deepen the crease while still giving that purple color. So I went in with Saffron and Blazing together. So I don't want it to be completely brown or completely red. So I'm mixing those two to intensify that crease. And I think the mistake that I frequently make is I don't really get my transition to, you know, my liking before I cut my crease. And that's something that I am learning, that I really need to get my transition to where I want it to be before I cut that crease, because that is what really enhances your look. So now I'm actually mixing saffron and amethyst together to deepen that beautiful purple color. All right, then I'm gonna go in with the color Oud, which is a darker brown, and I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer edge of my eye because we want to really deepen up the outer third right here. So I'm bringing that down into a V shape, and I'm taking the MAC 224 brush for this one because this is more tapered, so it's giving me a little bit more precision when it comes to blending right here. I don't want it to be too big because I'm kind of shaping my eye over here. Just deepening the crease right here. Bring it up a little bit too, up into that purple ready color that we have, just so that it could be seamless. I think I may go into another palette that has black and put a little black because this brownie shade is not as dark as I want it to be. I think I want it to be a little darker, so I may go into the Subculture palette for that kind of brownish color that it has to just deepen the crease a little bit. I do have a review on this palette coming up, but I'm still going to use it in this tutorial. I actually really like this palette, and I'm using the shade called Rowdy because I just want to deepen the crease right here. Yes, that is giving me what I need. So kind of just blending it out. Do you see how pigmented this shadow is? I just put a little bit on my brush and I'm just blending it out. Absolutely love this palette. It's super pigmented, so you have to be careful, right? I did my due diligence with this palette. I'm not gonna go crazy. I love the pigmentation that it gives, and I'm gonna use it accordingly. It didn't give me any crazy fallout, so yeah, I'll have my full review coming of it soon. But I love what it did to my crease right there. Okay, so enough about Subculture. So before I move on to the lid, I want to do my brow bone highlight. I'm gonna use Nefertiti and just place that in my brow bone. Now Nefertiti is very glittery, so it's giving me a little glitter vibe, but I actually like that. I may have took off a little bit of my brows. It got into my brows on this side, so I'm just gonna fix that. Okay, so Nefertiti does have a little glitter, and I wouldn't really recommend putting it under there, but I just want to use the entire palette. So what I'm gonna do is just dust that off a little bit. At the end, if I think I need to highlight under my brows a little bit more, I probably would use a shadow from another palette, but as of now, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut my crease with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade 60. This is my first time trying to cut my crease with this, so wish me luck. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, so I've always wanted to do this kind of shape on my eye, so we'll just go with the flow. I don't know if they're even. I did use this very flat synthetic brush, and one thing I like about the concealer is that it dries matte, you know, so I know that it's not going to be moving on me at all. So now that it's dry, I'm going to be using the NYX Glitter Primer. I'm going to be doing one eye at a time. Okay, the first color that I'm going to go in with is Turkish Delight, and I'm just going to use this Wet n Wild flat brush, and I'm packing that on to the end right here. Then I'm going to go in with the Pressed Glitter shade in Cosmo. Now, this is another reason why I like to do my eyes first, because there will be fallout and I could just clean up my face. So I'm bringing the glitter all the way up, and I'm just gonna leave that little piece right there because we're going to pop another color there. Now we're gonna take Twilight and just pop it on right there. Alright, so I'm going to do winged liner for this, but I'm going to do that off camera. So I'll be back. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I changed the color of my inner tear duct because I thought the purple was looking a little weird and jarring, so I just covered it with Blood Moon, and then I did my liner and my lashes. So let's move on to face. So we want this to last all day, and I do have oily skin, so I'm gonna go in with my Lauder. Right, so that's a hack for you oily girls out there. I think I showed this on my channel a couple times, that you put powder on first and then put your foundation on. So today I'm going to be using Estee Lauder Double Wear because you know my Fenty is like down to the last. And for concealer, I'm going to be using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in the shade Golden. And we are doing full coverage makeup today. Now I'm taking the Colourpop Shimmer Bronzer in the shade Bits and Pieces, and I am starting right up here, bringing that down, and on the bottom just to bronze my face a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with the Sleek Contour Kit in the shade Dark and contour a little bit more. Okay, now to set my highlight. I know I kind of did that backwards, but I'm not gonna bake too much. I'm gonna use the Ben Nye powder in Topaz. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to be using Champagne Pop from Becca. It's my highlight. For blush, we're going to use Sleek Makeup Blush in Pink Sprint. Okay, so now that I've done my under eye, I want to go ahead and do below my eyes. And I want it to be very, very dark under there. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. Black Gel Liner, and I'm just smudging that on my under eye and in my waterline. So what I'm going to do on the other side is work with Amber and Oud under the black. Okay, then I want to go in with Celestial and just pop it on the bottom right here. So this looks very gold in the pan, but it's kind of pinky. I'm bringing it up into the top as well. I think it makes Blood Moon pop even more. Now I'm gonna set my entire face with water again. So at first I wanted to do red lips, but now that I've done the eyes, I'm not too sure, but let's just try the red lip. So I'm gonna go in with the liner from Colourpop K, because I want to go bold or go home. So I'm going to be using Arriba. This is from the collab with Colourpop and iluvsarahii. I think that this is too red, so I'm just going to top it with Lucious from Lena Lashes. Thank you so much for staying until the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The Huda Beauty palette, I'm gonna give it 10 stars. The pressed glitter in there is amazing. That's what I use on my eyes today. I absolutely love it. I would recommend this palette wholeheartedly. You get 18 shadows in this palette for $65. At first I was like, it's kind of pricey. But honestly, the quality is amazing. The shimmer shadows are like cream. Did you see when I put that color right there? The first lid color that I put on, it's like cream. And then the glitter just stuck to my eye with that NYX Glitter Primer. That was A1. I think that the mattes in this palette are actually really good. Sometimes you don't want your matte to be too pigmented, so that you can really build up your transition or build your color. I like that it is buildable. Also, this palette has a huge mirror right here. This is definitely a plus. You know, you can follow me on my social media platforms. It's LaDotBeat on Instagram and on Snapchat, and LaBeat Inc. on Facebook and Twitter. So without further ado, thank you so much and have a great day, guys. Bye. Oh, and Shub Diwali.